Ready to learn how to build your expertise and specialty as a virtual assistant? In this video, I'm going to dive into the 10 steps basically that you can take on how to get better and better at what you do as a virtual assistant, especially if you want to specialize. Now, what I mean by specializing is if you want to focus on a particular outcome that you want to work on with your client. Now, this could mean a variety of things. It could be that is your ongoing role in a company, or you're taking clients on a project base just in the specialty that you're trying to be better at or an authority in. So again, depending on where you're at in your journey, the purpose of this video is going to walk you through what that could look like for you and the steps that you can take as well. And of course, make sure to watch until the end of this video to learn how to be better as a virtual assistant as well, with a little bonus tip for you. Now, the first thing you want to do is identify your interests and your strengths. What I mean by this is, as you're thinking of specializing, as you're thinking of becoming more of an authority in what it is that you do, first identify what it is that you want to become an expert in, or what you want to be an expertise in. So as an example, for me, if I was a virtual assistant myself, one of the things that might be something of an expert in is, of course, project management or systems management as well, or generally in operations. Now, what that means for me, because that is my interest, something that I love to do is setting up systems, then that's something that I can dip my toe into and seeing if other people might be interested in this as well. A quick way to check if there is need basically for your expertise is just going through LinkedIn or onlinejobs.ph and just seeing who is hiring already for this position that you want to be an expert in. That way you kind of have a validation that this is a needed role. This is not just something in your head that you think other people need. It's just another step, like people are willing to pay for this. Next is doing further research on potential expertise or specialties that you can dive into. And the biggest importance for this is, again, that validation that people are already doing this, that this already exists, that you are not reinventing the wheel. If you're trying to be an expert in something, you are not trying to be the first new person to actually do it because no one will trust it. You want to have a specialty or a niche basically you're trying to build for yourself that's already there, that's already an established need, and you don't have to do too much work basically to convince someone that they need to hire you. So then it's going into the different industries, the different niches that might be hiring for the kind of expertise or the skill that you want to be known for. So then you can start getting to know why they need your expertise in the first place, what are the pain points, and what is the ultimate goal for them of why they would want to work with you. Next is you want to just start upskilling yourself. What this means is going through books, courses, maybe finding mentors or mastermind groups where you can start learning more and more about the thing that you want to be an expert in. So again, going back to an example of, I would probably lean into more of the operations project management skill. I would look up what are the things that are offering maybe certifications that I can pay for, what are courses, and who are the current mentors basically, or the top people in this space that I can follow and see what it is that they do. Of course, the biggest reason why you want to go through this is, let's say that you've kind of stumbled into becoming an expert on a certain skill, you never had formal training, so you're giving yourself a little bit of a more solid foundation and ground of knowing what this is and what you can do in this space. Next is you're going to start building a strong portfolio. Now, what this means is, let's say that you have been doing your skill for a while, you want to start collecting basically what were past outputs that you were able to create. So again, my example on being project manager or operations manager is I'll just bring up basically the projects that I was able to carry from start to finish, what the outcomes were. So I'm writing my own case study, as it were. I would have examples of the assets that I was able to create and build in someone else's business, or in my own business in this case. And I will start also collecting reviews or recommendations from past clients or people that I've worked with. That way, that also builds up my portfolio. Speaking of the people that I've worked with, the next step is going ahead and start networking and building more connections. So what this means is you want to talk and see how other people react basically as you describe what it is that you do. If they see that there's a need for it, you can say like, hey, I'm actually venturing into this thing that I want to lean into a little bit more. What do you think? Do you know someone who might be interested in this? I would just like to talk to them. I would just like ask them questions. So then you are, again, verifying the thing that you want to go into. And at the same time, you're also building the connections of people who might refer people to you and what it is that you do to, again, further validate that, again, this is a need. Someone actually needs the services that you want to provide. Next is then, as you're getting more and more confidence basically in talking about what it is that you do, is you want to actively promote your expertise, actually show up as an authority for this. So again, for me, if I wanted to pursue being more of a specialist for operations and project management, I could go into creating more YouTube videos, for example, just on that. I could start creating content on Instagram Reels, on TikTok, basically talking about me solving other people's problems, answering questions that I see online about people who are wondering like, hey, how can I do, how I can create, starting work procedures in my business. I would jump on that basically and answer that question. So it's being more active in the social media space that you choose, whether that's LinkedIn, Instagram, use so many platforms they can choose from. But this is the importance, again, of going back, of researching your specialty that you want to be in to see where the people, your target audience, would be hanging out with, whether it is LinkedIn, whether it is YouTube, whether it's this niche social media platform that you've never even heard of, but you know that they're all there. So then you start replying to questions, you start creating content based on that, or it might be that you might just have people come in as a consultation, not even you providing a service, but they just need a question answered or a strategy created, and then just hopping on a call with them and helping them out. Next is continuously learn and stay updated. What that means is, as you are already showing up, as you're already talking to people about your expertise, you want to keep learning about better and better ways to do it, or even other ways to do the skill or expertise that you want to be known for. Of course, the biggest reason for this is then you can see a larger scope of how far this kind of career that you are trying to build can go, and it can also, of course, further develop your skill in that area. You might be, at a level 7 right now, but then you meet someone who's at the level 11, who's higher than you even. So then you want to start climbing your way through as you learn more and more experience from the things that you're doing. And of course, deliver exceptional client experience or service. What I mean by this is make sure that as you are learning, make sure that you keep showing up, that you're testing the things you're learning, you're actually putting into action, you're actually collecting case studies, you're collecting testimonials, you're collecting the results of what it is that you do. So one, you can prove further for yourself that this is something you can do. And of course, this now adds into that portfolio that you are building as well. So show up for your clients, be consistent, be proactive, take initiative, look at the problems that they may be facing, and try to see how can your expertise fill in the gaps basically that they're experiencing, and how you can help them grow your business. The rule of thumb is the bigger the problem that you can solve in someone's business, the bigger that they're willing to pay you. So the more and more that you're able to build your expertise to solve a particular problem, of course, the more that people will want to keep working with you moving forward as well. Next is make sure you track your progress, and again, measuring your results. So just like what I said, you want to make sure that you are starting to collect the things that you're doing. You're actually writing out your own documentation of how you started a project, how you solved the different problems that came up, because there will be problems that will come up, and how you were able to deliver the results. So whether you did go through project management, you did social media expertise, sales expertise, whatever kind of expertise that you want to lean into as a virtual assistant, you want to again track how you did it, the timelines you've had, again, the bottlenecks you might have come across, because these are important things that as you start interviewing or finding other jobs that'll fit more into the expertise that you want to lean into, then it's a little bit easier for you to explain yourself or show your work. And of course, if it is part of your plan, is diversify your income streams. What I mean by this is, if you are doing more consulting work for clients talking about your expertise, you might get an equity basically, or a percentage of the growth of their business. Or it could be that you are getting a commission for every single result basically that you bring into the business. So you're looking at not just getting a salary or an hourly pay or a package rate even for the work that you do, but you're also looking at the different ways that you can earn money. That's just a little bit different. That way you can also have the flexibility to work at different paces or different projects that you choose. Another way that you can just do as well is you can sell essentially your expertise. So being paid to speak on stages, being, creating a whole course, it could be creating a PDF that people can download and grab from you. So it's now building more and more of your brand as the authority. One thing though that I will give as a bonus thing for you to keep in mind as you go through this journey is you have to be patient and persistent. So I know that sounds like two conflicting things at the same time, but what I mean by this is growing your authority, growing who you are doesn't happen overnight. You have to show up for people, you have to show them the results that you can give, and you have to be persistent enough to kind of keep going even on the slow days, even on the days where you want to give up, because that's how you build expertise. It's not going to be within the next 5 minutes. It's going to be the 5 years of experience that you're learning how to do X, Y, and Z, maybe finding shortcuts along the way, mentors, friends, people who can help you kind of further where you want to be. But it is just a little bit of patience and persistence, kind of knowing when to push and when to wait basically for the next thing. Now, if you guys like this video, of course, make sure to hit the thumbs up button right there and comment below what is the skill or the niche or the specialty do you want to get into. I would love to know, and I would love to try to help you out as much as I can. And if you still haven't yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button right there so you don't miss any of my videos every Sunday and Thursday on how to work from home and how to have a business from home, which you guys can check out those two playlists right here and the latest video right here. Hope you guys have an amazing day, and remember that small steps matters. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.